Hello everyone again. Welcome to this beta testing for Football Tactics and Glory World Cup. This is a DLC for Football Tactics and Glory, which will hopefully be released within the next few months. So we are now into part 3. We have played our first match and we won it 1-0. So we are sitting 8th in the table, as you can see. Bit early for that to have any conclusions about. That's a good victory because that last match looked like it was going to be a draw until the last few minutes, so that went well. So now we're going to play the Levantani, but before we do that I want to look at the transfers because I did ask for international transfers and we did get a few. So we've got the regions. I've looked for these players in these areas. And now I can look and see what players are available here. So, what I want to do, now I want to see if there's any goalkeepers that are really good. Not really. There's nothing that's really better than what I've got, I have to say. Although it is quite nice to have goalkeepers that have got level 3 here, so he's quite interesting at 11 million. I haven't got too much though, so I've got to be careful. So what I might actually do, I did in my last video, I did say that one of my CFs, I've got 2 CFs who are got level 3 cannon shots, so they're very similar. So I think I want to keep the better one, Lord, and let's see if I can. If I go to, so he's 2 million. It's not that huge. He's low. I don't think I'll be using him much, so I think I will actually sell him. So I'm going to sell to Tagar City for 2 million, and at least that gives me some extra money. So go back here. And I've got a bit more money to play with. Go back to transfers, see if there's anybody else. Now I'm going to order it by class. Go to international transfers, so that's where I want. So go to the list, and then look down the list. So looking down the players. So what I would really like, I wouldn't mind having a couple more CDs. So what I like for a CD is head play is quite good. I like reaction because that defends against Rainbow Feint. This isn't too bad, you know. Fly tackle isn't too bad, but I wouldn't want to pick him because he's only 2. So the other thing is, I'm only really interested in players that are showing 5 or 4 giftedness, because anything below that I don't think is good enough for this league. There are exceptions to that. For instance, if I like to have at least one midfielder with layoff pass. So if I find one at a lower star, there's nobody else available with a higher star, then I would be tempted to buy him. Now he's a free agent. That's very interesting. So I can get him for free, and he'll just play in my team until he retires. And I think I'll take him. Why not? Free agent. Cost one. Well, I don't have enough glory though, so I can't actually buy him. But if I had enough glory, I'd be tempted to go for that. I have to watch my glory because there's not much here. So I really need to go for players that are interesting. What I would really like, is somebody with long pass. A high level of long pass for that matter, and it's actually almost nobody here. Nobody's got a long pass apart from this guy. And he's a sweeper, and he could be level 2, so that's not very useful. So out of all the people that I've selected, nobody's got long pass. That's quite unusual. And so that's going to dampen my plans slightly. I don't really want to use a sweeper. I mean, might be tempted to use him. The trouble is that he's level 3, so it's a wee bit too low. He could be level 4, it's possible. But he could be a 3 or he could be a 1 with this long pass. So, and since it's a second skill, that's more likely to be a 1. Actually, I could be wrong. But I don't really want to blow all my glory, which is 147 glory, on a player I'm not sure about here. So that's that. So it's looking like there's not really that anybody here I can really go for. So go back to the regions. Maybe I should try some more regions. So let's go for Moderna. Because I've got so many scouts, I'll try Moderna, and I'll try Turnanock, and I'll try the 100. Using up money there to do it, but it's 300,000. Considering I've got millions, it doesn't matter. So I've not really managed to strengthen my squad at all. What about here? Is there anybody in here that I could do with? I wouldn't mind having another DF, and even though he hasn't got any skills, he's actually got really good defense. So I'd be tempted to take him just for the moment anyway. And he's 29. So I think I will actually buy him, because I think I could do with some strengthening my defense there. The only thing when going back to this, the only thing I wouldn't mind looking at is a DF. Now, as I say, a CD, another CD I would definitely like. He's a free agent, but I can't afford him because of the glory. I can afford, actually. And he's got head play, so I might go for him, actually. In fact, I probably will. I think I'll go for him. I don't want somebody who's too old, who's like 33, because they're going to retire soon. I don't want to spend a lot of money and then they're going to retire right away. So I think I might actually take him. He's 30, still gives me a few years, and 8.5 million is not bad. So I'll buy him. And that's going to cost 115 glory, so at least I strengthen my defense. My team's not as strong as I would like it to be, because I don't have a DM. I don't have somebody with long pass, except for the goalkeeper. That's not very useful in attacking. Although theoretically, I could actually put him into midfield, but that's frankly a bit gamey as well. I'm not overly keen on doing that. So I will not do that. But you could do so. You could put your goalkeeper in here and get him to long pass into the box. Is that nothing stopping you within the game from doing that? Okay, so that's okay for now. So what I'm going to do is try and play this game. So what have they got? They've got now their goalkeeper isn't that strong. He hasn't got any skills at all. Actually, we've got one training from one of the people we bought. So we've got DF. What we're going to do him for? Head player, slide tackle. I'll go for slide tackle for this guy. He's quite old, so he's probably not going to have time to get to level 3 and all these, but we've got to give him something. So go back. So what have they got? So they've got 3 CDs here. They've got nothing on the wings, so certainly going in on the wings is a definite option. On that level, I think I might actually put in Astio, because he's got cannon shot. So having somebody with another thing I'm missing is somebody with layoff pass in midfield, and he's got layoff pass in defence. Now, I could still use it, because I could always bring him forward if I want to. But I think I'll leave it there for just now. I could also try to do a cross if I use an AM. But I might do that in the second half though. So I'll leave that as it is. I'll take him out and replace him with my new DF, because he's there. We've got our new CD here, and I think I'll bring him in. I'll bring my new CD in, and then I'll bring him in as a I'll take him out and put, what am I going to do? I'm going to put another midfielder in, I think. So I'll put in a midfielder with put him... I want to see what his specialisation is like. So he's got R, M and D, but not very much. So I'll put him on the left. I'll actually try and make him a left midfielder. So I'll put him on the left. I've got an MF here. And what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that at least one of my players... I definitely want... I think I will want him because this cannon shot could be useful. But in saying that, they've both got cannon shots, so it's not necessarily that important. So they're very similar. So I'll take him out and I'll put in... Well, I don't have an AM actually. Going back to transfers, we do have an AM here. He's got okay passing. And I actually think I'm going to buy him because he could be quite useful. No, but he's 3, so I'm a wee bit reluctant to. But actually, considering what he's actually got to do, that might be okay. But I'll leave it for now. So let's play the match. And you can see that they've got Wakanda. No, we've got Wakanda player in there. Yeah, that's because we brought him, didn't we? So we're within our, as you can see, we've got 10 players out of the 6, because normally that would be 11, but because we've got Wakanda, we've got 10 players out of the 6. If this ever goes below 6, then it'll give you a warning saying you can't actually play. So, let's play the match. Devantani. And I'd like to go back to my default strip. So a nice tackle from Albertin. Now, good opportunity for Barhar to get some points. So what am I going to do here? So what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to do lofted pass because he's an M. I'm going to see if I can get the 5, and he does. So he gets 5 LM for making the lofted pass. Now what have we got here? None of these guys have actually got slide tackle. He does have level 1, but there's no guarantee he would succeed. So he's only got 1 slide tackle in here. So I'm going to actually control, see if he'll keep the ball. Now he'll try slide tackle. There's no guarantee he'll succeed, and he doesn't. So that's good. So what we got? CDC. Now this is now they're CDs here, so they can't actually move. So I've got a choice. I could go 1-2 break in, but actually it's a much easier way to score, which is just to pass it to Lord, like that. Then he just moves out here, and then he's got a free cannon shot right on goal. Bang, 1-0. That's him scored. And we're up. See anybody? How are we all doing? Energy looks okay, and that actually worked quite well in the end. So Uri Niall, or whatever his name is, managed to do a good job there. So he's got control 54. He's got defense of 101. So he's going to go there. He's going to try and tackle. He succeeds. So I could either, and I think what I'll do is I'll just do long pass, just get rid of the ball. Ends up being a good pass. There's times actually when you don't want the pass to succeed if the other person's got good slide tackle, but this time he succeeds with the slide tackle. But he's getting pretty tired though. I think he'll be getting taken off soon. So he's got control of 134. Now, one way you can try and get just points is I can move him here, and then I'll press with him, and then that reduces his control a little bit. and then he can he'll try and tackle. No, he doesn't really want to tackle, to be honest, because if I tackle and have a foul, then they have another chance to score. There's only one action left, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just let Immediate and Nano come out and get 2 goalkeeper specialization points. So that's that done. Look at the substitutes. Now we're attacking. I could bring on my... No, I didn't actually. I forgot to bring on my AM, so I can't do that. So I think I'm just going to go for your standard break-in from the left flank, so let's try that. Have they changed anything significantly? No. It's fine. So we'll just carry on. It'll be a substitute, but so we'll just carry on. We're just going to try and break in. See, he'll go here and then see if he can break in. He succeeds there. See if he gets tackled. Fortunately, that didn't work very well. And I can't really see anything else to do, so I'll just do that. Get the SP for the goalkeeper. Now, one thing I've noticed here, and I should have noticed this before, is that he's got long pass. Now, when he has long pass, and I should have noticed this at the beginning of the game, because he's got long pass, he can infiltrate behind. Now, it's not so serious because he's not got any skills, and there's a chance he'll probably miss or not score. But just to avoid any chances of them scoring, I'll bring them back to make it harder. And also, I prefer to have the higher defense ones in the back, so that it's harder for people to score. So now they can't just long pass right into the front of goal. But that will change once there's a break in the game, once the ball goes out of play. Now I don't know. Now here he can pass. So he can't do much. He can shoot. He could shoot, but his chances of scoring are not brilliant. So best thing to do is to do this. Now I've got a choice here. I can either go back one and try and break in, or with 94 control, I could actually go in here and see if I can get here and ride out the tackles, or I could just try and break in and ride through these tackles, and I'd have a better chance. So not sure what to do actually. So I think I'll actually try and look for the break in. So I'll go back one, and then I can go into the corner, and then that. Oh no, I misread how many actions I had, so I should have done that. But he's still in a good position. He's rode 1 tackle so far. And now you can break in. So now you can break in. Gets past the first one. Gets past the second one. Now he has to ride this tackle. He doesn't ride it. But what I'm going to do, he can't do anything. I'm going to move him. He's a CD, so I'm going to move him here. And that means if I get the ball and get it to him, he'll have a straight cannon shot ball there. In fact, even better here, because it means I can get the ball easier to him. So we'll see if we can do that. So I'm going to move him back here just in case he gets the ball. They're going to try and get it to him, I'm sure. They did. And because he's got long pass, oh no, they didn't actually go for the long pass guy. Now he's got all the way back, which is a bit surprising actually. He's got control 60. So He's got, his defense is not very good, his control. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to see if I can get the ball with this guy. And if he does it, he's got a good chance of keeping it. So he gets the ball off it. He's got control 60, he's only got control 32. He unfortunately gets it, but he did have to use an action. And I've won the game, 1-0 again, because he won't be able to do anything with that last action. So that's the end of the match. We won 1-0, another 1-0 victory. But they all count, another 3 points. So, and then we get some SP. So that's that. So there'll be another 1-0 victory. Got Levantani. So that's that done. So if we look at the tables, we're now 6 points, and we're now in 4th place. We're doing quite well. 2 1-0 victories. Finding a way to win, and that's what we've done here. So we just roll it on to the next game. That's not quite smooth. That's good. So we've got a player can learn a skill, and we've got a new set of scouts. So we'll have a quick look at that before we finish this session. So let's go and put that skill in. Now, when these skills come up, it is preferable to actually put these in as soon as possible, because it is time based, and so the sooner you do them, the quicker that they'll go through. So it was I thought it was a DF. I don't know. I can't see where the said he could learn a new skill, but I can't actually see where the player is who's learned a new skill. I should have clicked on the box, but don't know if I'm missing something there. One of your players can learn a new skill, so it's Uriah now. So let's go. That's what I thought. So let's go and have a look and see if we can find him. It's him. So, also, yeah, so he can learn a new skill. That's right. So that's fine. So if I go into the specialization, that's not specialization. It's not flashing though. It's a bit strange. But that's saying I don't understand why he can learn a new skill, because he's already learning one. So that's a bit of an unusual message here. I think that maybe the devs might want to look at. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything within this game. So we can move on. Let's have a look at the new transfer list. We've got a pile of new transfers. See if there's anybody interesting. Although because I went and blew some money on other players, I don't really have that much to play with. But we have a look at the list anyway. It's ordered by stars. He looks interesting, but I don't have enough money, and I don't have enough glory. He's interesting because he's got layoff pass. The trouble is I've not really got enough money unless I sell somebody, which is an option. But at the moment, there's nobody who's looking outstandingly good, and there's nobody with long pass in the midfield. It's incredible, and that's just unusual. It's I'm sure it's just a quirk that's happened in this particular beginning of this particular game, and sometimes it will be, yeah, sometimes it'll be different. Sometimes you'll have lots of people long pass, but not this time. But the truth is, if there's not long pass in this list, the chances are there's not that many people long pass anyway. Although we have seen them within the matches. So, what I will do is I'll leave the setup until the next session. So I'm going to end here, and then I'll set this up. But all you can see is they do have a left forward, so I'm going to have to block that. And they've got sweeper behind quite a lot of defenders, so I'm going to have to work out a way to deal with that, and we'll have a look at that in the next session. So that's the end of that. See you next time.